50 Shades of Single. All right, first off, why are we single? What's holding us back? What's putting this veil between us and our relationship? What's going on? Okay, first off, we have the Eight of Wands, which is reversed, okay? When we have the Eight of Wands being reversed, I'm almost feeling like, not that you're, like, being lazy, but it's almost like you're just not really putting the work forward, okay? You're getting frustrated. I don't know if you kind of have, like, a bad taste in your mouth about a past relationship that was maybe a little bit negative or toxic to you, and that's, like, put kind of a bad taste in your mouth about love. And maybe, you know, you're thinking about like, oh, it would be nice to be in a relationship, but then part of you is like, no, like that other jackass totally like screwed me up, like why would I want to do that again to myself, type of deal. You know what I mean? It's almost like you I don't know, you have like a bad taste in your mouth. You're feeling a little bit like isolated in a way, if that makes sense. You're just like, you're frustrated with it, you know, and that's kind of like is sitting in the back of your mind, like that you're frustrated with it. And so that's obviously gonna kind of, you know, put a little obstacle there. Even if it's something that you're really trying to do, it's still gonna, you know, not be as easy as you want it to kind of fall into place, because you do have negative kind of undertones around it, if that makes sense. Okay, the other thing too is you have the Two of Pentacles also reversed. So I don't want to say that you don't want commitment, okay, but the Two of Pentacles being reversed is like, maybe you just like being single in a way. Like you don't want to be tied down to a person. You kind of like this whole like spontaneous, go with the flow, do whatever I want thing. Maybe it's not even something that you're realizing, but maybe, you know, subconsciously you kind of like the feeling of being free. Maybe you don't really want to necessarily commit, because if you were to do that, then you know, then you can't go do whatever the heck it is that you want. You can't be this like independent person, you know, necessarily. You know, maybe you like to keep your options open, you know, but that's definitely, I don't know, I feel like it's not that you don't want a relationship. It's just that, you know, you kind of like your freedom to come and go as you please too, you know. It's kind of overwhelming to be in a relationship sometimes, because we have to pay attention to a whole nother person. That can be annoying sometimes, right? Like sometimes we don't want to pay attention to other people's like feelings and stuff, right? Wow, WTC, I literally made a video about that today, didn't post it yet. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I think that's a good thing. I don't know, I think I'm on the right track here. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I don't know what WTC is, unless it's supposed to say WTF. I don't know. But I feel like either way, you kind of enjoy having your freedom. You kind of enjoy having your, being able to do whatever you want to do and being spontaneous, okay? And then the last thing that's kind of like keeping you from being in a relationship, the last thing that's kind of like putting a little bit of like a boundary here for you is you have the King of Cups reversed, okay? The King of Cups being reversed, I almost feel like I don't know if you've like had some emotional manipulation in the past, like somebody you were in a relationship with in the past kind of like damaged your emotions a little bit, or they played on your emotions a little bit, or something like that. But with the King of Cups being reversed, it's almost like an abuse of your emotions, okay? So I feel like your emotions, maybe you're still healing from something in the past. You know, maybe that's part of, you know, why we're not really... Maybe that's part of the bad taste that we have in our mouth about that, because we're still healing. Somebody kind of really abused your emotions. Like your emotions are still soft, having to do with love, if that makes sense. So what can we do to fix this? What can we do to fix this? First off, I'm going to be honest with you, okay? Because this is what I do. And I don't mean to call you out. It's the cards. It's not me. I'm just putting it out there. I don't know if you've been feeling sorry for yourself or not, Lindsay, but you need to stop doing that if you are, okay? Oh, sorry, yeah. I almost feel like you've been feeling sorry for yourself. So when we see the Five of Pentacles being like this, it's like we're feeling sorry for ourselves. You know, we're feeling down. We've had bad experiences. We're feeling negative about some things. We have that bad taste in our mouth. But you got the Five of Pentacles reversed. So when it's reversed, we need to stop that. We need to stop feeling bad for ourselves. We need to get that bad taste out of our mouths. Understand that it's not us. We were with a jerk, and that jerk, you know, we're not with that jerk anymore, because we know our self-worth, and we know that, you know, what what our self-respect looks like. And we know that that person was toxic and it wasn't the right person for us, and the universe, you know, delivers in divine timing. And so it just didn't work out. And now we're moving on. We don't have to feel bad for ourselves. We don't have to feel down, about ourselves. We can just simply pick up and move on. That's step number one for you to be able to kind of find love. The second thing, you have the star, which is telling me you kind of need to put yourself in the spotlight a little bit more. Earlier, we were saying you were kind of being isolated. You're not really putting yourself out there for love. You're not really like looking for love. Maybe you like to keep your options open. But when you're ready to settle down and you have figured that out, that you do want to find a relationship, you're going to have to put yourself out there. You're going to have to really like interact with the world around you. The star is all about kind of being the star of the show, right? If we're not putting ourselves out there and we're not interacting with the world around us, how are we supposed to ever get the attention of, you know, anybody? How are we supposed to meet new people if we're not putting ourselves out there? You know what I mean? So, with the star, you know, that's kind of your call to action there, is to just kind of put yourself out there, interact with people. I use this example with some of my other cards too, but, you know, it's almost like the Starbucks example that I use. You know, maybe you're in Starbucks in line waiting for your coffee, and there's like this cute person behind you, and you're like, oh, they're cute. Maybe I should talk to them. And normally you wouldn't, but like, you know, with the star, you will. You're going to put yourself out there. Even if you're like, oh, I like your shoes or something like silly like that. Start a conversation. You'll never know where it can go. You can meet the love of your life if you just like interact with the world around you. When we don't interact, we don't know. There's no conversation had. There's no, we don't know. Okay, so put yourself out there more. Okay, when you're ready. And then the third thing we need to do to kind of fix this is the Six of Wands. Again, we need to be happy for what it is that we have. I feel like you're really stuck on this past relationship, this past problem, these past situations that have put the bad taste in our mouth, and we're so stuck on that we're not really like appreciating the things that we do have currently. So with the Six of Wands, that's kind of what your call to action is to just like really be happy. You know, you are victorious. You have a lot of amazing things in your life. You know, and you need to recognize your life for what it is, and you need to recognize the positive things, the success that you have had in your life. That's super important for you to do. When we acknowledge and accept the positive things in our lives, that's what kind of attracts more positive things to come. Hi, Craig. Welcome. So what do we have in the future? What's coming to us? What can we expect? Let's take a look. Thank you. I'm glad. I am a card reader, yes. I'm glad that it's spot on for you. I'm glad that it's like resonating for you. All right, so what do we have? Well, I'm sorry to make you cry again, but I'm glad that you're feeling better. I'm glad it's for positive reason. Okay, so what can we expect for the future? What do we need to do? What do we need to know for the future? So, first off, right off the bat, is we need to find more strength for ourselves, okay? With the Strength card, it's all about having self-love, unconditional love, or self-respect, okay? Courage. So that right there is telling me that not only do you need to do that in order to find love moving forward, but the next person that you date and the people that you date in the future is very important for you. To make sure that they respect you like you respect you. Make sure that you respect your situation and yourself. And that you also hold that other person to the same standards, right? Don't let anybody kind of disrespect you. Don't let anybody kind of like put you down. You need to be courageous and have that strength to be like, no, that upsets me and that's not right. Maybe that's like a shortcoming that you had in the past, was like not kind of standing up for yourself. Strength card is telling you that, you know, with this new relationship moving forward, it's going to be really important for you to go ahead and do that. Okay. Then we have the Five of Wands, the Five of Swords rather. I'm almost feeling like you have an air sign from your past that might be coming forward. And I don't know if this is the 2-year relationship. I don't know what their sign was, but we're talking about an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra. There's a whole lot of swords energy here. And I'm feeling like, I'm feeling like that's what we're dealing with here, okay? A Swords energy. And I do think that it is from your past, okay? Because this person, we're going to be seeing, some sort of like apology. Okay, this person, there's somebody who has possibly betrayed you in the past, this air sign, with the Five of Swords being reversed. It's somebody who has betrayed you in the past, but you're going to see, like, peace after this fight. It's about, you know, somebody kind of coming forward with some clarity. It's coming forward with some, not clarity, but, like, closure, I guess. So I'm not sure if that resonates with you, an air sign from your past, but I do feel like that's what it is. And I also feel like you're no longer going to have to, you know, hold yourself back. I feel like right now you're holding yourself back. You're kind of restricting yourself. But when this air sign comes forward for you, with the Eight of Swords like this, you're kind of feeling freedom. You're feeling more free. You can be like your same person. You can be like who you are. You're comfortable again. You're feeling safe again. You don't have to restrict yourself. You don't have to bite your tongue anymore. You're comfortable. My ex of 2 years just came back in the picture Monday. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, I literally just asked. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, air sign. I think that that's what it is. Somebody from your past that you've already been with. But I also see that there's the devil here. Okay. The devil is telling me, sorry, it was reversed. The devil is telling me that there's also recovery here. So there's recovery from this situation with this relationship, with this air sign from your past. You know, there's recovery here. Things are getting better. We're leaving the abusive situation. I don't know if somebody had an addiction of some sort or unhealthy habit or unhealthy, like, I don't know if it was like an addiction, if it was like, it could be like gambling, drinking, drugs, you know, something like that. But it's almost like there was some sort of like unhealthy thing going on. But we're recovering from that to move forward. He was an alcoholic. Okay, so I feel like he's working on recovery from that. He may have to recover if he hasn't already. His birthday is in July. I just want to see what the cusp is here because I'm interested to see. So that would be a Cancer. July, what's August? He's working on it. Oh, it's June 7th, so he would be a water sign. I feel like he must have some sort of air sign in his thing. Oh, June. Oh, 7/6. Okay, Gemini. Okay, so that's really interesting actually because the Gemini would be that air sign. So I think we are talking about him because that is the air sign. That's a Gemini, which is an air sign. And that's what we're seeing with the swords. So that's kind of wild, actually, Lindsay. I think that's who we're talking about exactly. But I do see that he's in recovery from whatever this bad habit is, this bad habit. He's in recovery from that. He's working on that with the devil, okay? It's working out. I do also see that this is going to be a happy thing for you. You know, the outcome overall is a happy situation with the sun. Things are warm, they're fuzzy, you know, warm, fuzzy feelings. It's a positive thing. It's gratification. Bye, Nicole. We love you too. You know, with the sun, it's material happiness. It's a joyous outcome. It's success. It's positive things. All positive, warm, fuzzy feelings and coming forward. Now, Lindsay, I don't know if you're trying to get pregnant, if you already have children. I don't know what the situation is. I don't do pregnancy and I don't do health, as you know. However, I am seeing, and I'm just going to put it out there, that you do also have the Empress card as part of your outcome. The Empress is known for fertility and creation. You know, so I don't know, there's going to be some sort of abundance somewhere in your future. I don't know if he already has children, or if there's children somewhere in here in the situation. You don't want kids. Okay. Well, there's some sort of creation then. If it's not children, maybe you're creating, you know, something else, but there's definitely a level of some sort of creation in here. You know, and there's like a motherly figure. So I almost feel like he has kids. I don't know if he has kids. If you're going to adopt, there's kids here somewhere. Oh, he has 3 kids. Okay, so that's kind of where the motherly thing comes in. So maybe it's not you physically having children, but there's definitely kids in the picture. with the Empress, you're going to be feeling kind of like that motherly thing, maybe like stepmom energy here coming through. I don't know. But you're going to be kind of like that nurturer, that supporter, that healer, you know, good parenting, like motherly instinct type of situation. So it almost seems like things with this air sign are going to go really well for you. It's actually almost kind of creepy how spot on and accurate your reading was. They're not always usually like that precise. But I feel like we've really touched a lot of like specific details here, which is a little bit creepy, but you'll have to let me know how that all plays out. You know, the future is ever changing, it's ever evolving, so, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that's 100% going to happen the way that I said it, but that was a very intense reading. That was pretty crazy. So I hope that helped you in some way, but definitely keep in touch. Let me know, because I'm very curious because of how intense and crazy that was for you. Thank you, thank you. He told me no at first. He didn't want to come over, then last minute he did. Oh boy. Okay.